Welcome to the movies, pal. Your friendly neighborhood Master Chaos back with you once again. Tonight we have a sequel, but fear not, I've got plenty of Earl Grey tea and black cherry bubblegum for us to enjoy while we watch. And tonight's movie happens to be... If you missed my review for Killer Crocodile 1, you'll find the link above. If you watched it, then you'll recall that I thoroughly enjoyed Part 1. Did I thoroughly enjoy Part 2? Well, you'll just have to wait and see. Let's go to the facts. Killer Crocodile 2 was directed by makeup effects genius Gianetto De Rossi, is from 1990, and runs a brisk 86 minutes. This shorter and less interesting sequel is a direct sequel to the first film. At the end of the first film, we did see a crocodile egg hatching and what we assume would be a future killer crocodile being born. That future crocodile is now a big mama jama crocodile and it is on the loose. Our story revolves around young reporter Lisa, who says she works for the New York Times, but her office is clearly set in Miami. She's sent to cover the opening of a resort that is in the same area in the jungle that the radioactive canisters were stored in the first film and started this whole hullabaloo. She believes the chemicals have not been cleaned up, as the head of the resort claims they have been, and it turns out she's right. The resort owner has hired a few locals to clean up the radioactive chemicals. However, those locals have no idea what awaits them in the jungles.
I saw it! It's the biggest crocodile with the biggest mouth! I tell you like that! The rifle! Get the rifle! Get back! Pop the rifle!
Lisa, as most reporters do, goes snooping in the jungles to find the radioactive canisters herself and runs into a spot of trouble. The heroes from the first movie make an appearance. Kevin, the scientist who vanquished the first killer crocodile, meets up with Joe, the crocodile hunter, and hopes that he will assist him in looking for Lisa, who has gone missing.
What the hell are you trying to tell me?
There's another one, Joe. Another son of a bitch.
It's impossible.
I saw what it did to that boat. There were teeth marks. Big ones.
It might have been a crocodile, but nowhere near as big. There just aren't any more like that one. It was the only one. That's gospel, kid. You better listen to it.
Kevin eventually finds Lisa, and there's a long sequence where nothing much happens, except that we do get to see Lisa's boobies. Eventually, Lisa and Kevin do just sort of run into the killer crocodile, and we get our lackluster finale.
Are you all right? Go get the dynamite, quickly. Oh my
God! You may have been able to guess my feelings on this film by the tone of my voice. I was not a fan. Unfortunately, this is the kind of movie that I expected the first one to be. A film with a cheap puppet that you barely see and kills that happen off screen. That happens way too much, and sometimes I feel they just cut to B-roll of the killer crocodile. I mean, sometimes the actors aren't even in the same shot with the crocodile, which is something I really appreciated from part 1. In this one, I feel like they're just reacting to stuff that's not even there. Unfortunately, I was pretty let down by this movie, and maybe I was asking too much. The first film was very tense and action-packed, but the second one lacks any tension and almost has no idea what its plot really is. The bulk of the movie is Lisa just wandering around the jungles while Kevin looks for her, and that's not very interesting. Also, something that works against it is the fact that the croc feels like a bit player in its own movie. So, should you watch it? I'm gonna say skip it. And it hurts me to say that because I really, really loved the first one, but this one is complete, well, I'm not gonna say complete garbage, but it's up there. I mean, they really dropped the ball, and it's the same team, the same director, the same special effects. Gianetto De Rossi does the special effects, and he, of course, did the effects for The Beyond, Zombie, Dune, the Living Dead at Manchester Morgue. I mean, so the effects could have been a little better, but the people behind the effects were stellar people. So I'm shocked at the sort of lack of effects, if that makes any sense. If you see it, you know what I mean. Like I said, you barely see the crocodile, and he is the big effect. There's not a lot of gore in this one as well. The first one I felt was gorier. This was just, overall, I think they just dropped the ball hard. I wanted to love it. I really wanted to love it. I went in with rose-colored glasses, but they got as murky as the brown water of the jungle. I wonder why there wasn't a Killer Crocodile 3. I mean, they made a second one, so I assume they thought the first one was successful enough, unless they shot part 1 and part 2 back-to-back, which would make sense, but then why didn't we see the creature as often? Or the creature, I call it the creature, you know, the crocodile, you know what I mean. Let me know, guys. Have you seen it? Did you like part 2, or did you prefer the first one like I did? I'm curious. That'll do for tonight's movie. The theater is about to close. I hope this video has found you happy, healthy, and well, my friend. Sumo says hi. And until we meet again, I wish you a very pleasant good morning, good evening, or good night, wherever you are.